Europe prepares for World War III, nuke threat creating tense situation in Nordic countries. Did you know that NATO's military presence in Eastern Europe has nearly doubled since 2022, and Russia's nuclear rhetoric has pushed Finland and Sweden to unprecedented defense measures? Europe is on edge, and the stakes have never been higher. Europe, a continent shaped by centuries of conflict and alliances, now finds itself at a crossroads. The specter of World War III looms larger than ever as geopolitical tensions escalate. From Russia's invasion of Ukraine to NATO's eastward expansion and the heightened nuclear threats, every move on the chessboard carries global implications. In the Nordic countries, once bastions of neutrality, military preparations are in full swing. What's driving this surge in tension, and how close are we to a major conflict? Rising tensions between nations. The current tension in Europe stems from a web of unresolved disputes and mistrust. Russia's aggressive stance, including its annexation of Crimea and ongoing war in Ukraine, has rattled Europe. This has prompted NATO countries to reinforce their eastern borders, particularly in Poland and the Baltic states. Simultaneously, Nordic nations, Finland and Sweden, are abandoning decades of neutrality by seeking NATO membership. These moves have provoked sharp responses from Russia, which views NATO expansion as a direct threat to its security. Economic instability. Economic sanctions imposed on Russia have had ripple effects across Europe, straining economies already grappling with post-pandemic recovery. Energy shortages due to reduced Russian gas supplies have hit countries like Germany and Italy hard, creating economic instability that complicates diplomatic decision-making. Military posturing. Military buildups on both sides are unprecedented. Russia has deployed advanced weapons systems, including nuclear-capable Iskander missiles near the Finnish border. In response, NATO has increased its troop presence and conducted large-scale exercises in the region, further escalating the standoff. Historical context. To understand today's tensions, one must revisit history. The Cold War created a deeply divided Europe, with NATO and the Warsaw Pact facing off across the Iron Curtain. While the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 brought hopes of peace, lingering mistrust between Russia and the West has persisted. Specific incidents. Ukraine, the flashpoint. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 marked a turning point. The conflict has claimed thousands of lives and displaced millions, while exposing Europe's vulnerability to Russian aggression. It has also solidified Western alliances, with NATO providing unprecedented support to Ukraine. Nordic countries, from neutrality to preparedness. Finland and Sweden, historically neutral countries, have been compelled to seek NATO membership. Finland, which shares a 1,340-kilometer border with Russia, has fortified its defenses, including deploying advanced missile systems and expanding its military conscription programs. Sweden has increased defense spending and resumed large-scale military drills in the Baltic Sea. Nuclear threats. Perhaps the most alarming development is Russia's increasing nuclear threats. Vladimir Putin's statements on tactical nuclear weapons have drawn global condemnation, but they also signal the potential for escalation in the event of a direct NATO-Russia clash. Key decisions escalating the crisis. One of the most critical developments has been NATO's decision to deploy advanced weapons systems, including Patriot missiles, to Eastern Europe. This move, while defensive, has been perceived by Russia as a provocation. On the Russian side, President Putin's rhetoric, coupled with the movement of nuclear assets to Belarus, has left Europe and the world on edge. Any misstep, such as an accidental clash between Russian and NATO forces in the Baltic Sea or the Black Sea, could spiral out of control. The recent announcement by the European Union to fast-track military aid to Ukraine has further inflamed tensions, with Moscow warning of unpredictable consequences. Europe stands at a perilous juncture. The rising tensions between NATO and Russia, compounded by economic instability and military buildups, have created a volatile situation. The Nordic shift from neutrality, coupled with Russia's nuclear threats, underscores the seriousness of the crisis. A single miscalculation could ignite a conflict with catastrophic consequences for Europe and the world. What do you think? Is Europe on the brink of a third world war? Or can diplomacy still avert disaster? Share your thoughts in the comments below. For more insights into international relations, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our video on NATO's role in global security.